Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Todd Rodden. I'm a certified executive and business coach. I own Aspire Action Coach based here in Southwest Ohio. If you're new to the series, we're thrilled to have you join us. We encourage you to hit the subscribe button so you can receive future messages like the inspiring one you're going to hear from Cedric Pashi today. So, Cedric is the co founder of MyRyde NEMT. So they're a non-emergency medical transportation service. They started in the beginning of 2024 here in the region and already having great growth here. So, Cedric, welcome to the spotlight. We're thrilled to have you. Take a second, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background. How'd you get started and why emergency medical transport or non-emergency medical transportation?
Todd, thank you very much. Thank you for that introduction. I will try to live up to how you set me up.
You got
But
it.
yeah, so my name is Cedric, and I am the co-founder of MyRyde NEMT, and we are also located in Southwest Ohio. We provide transportation services for the senior community and also the physically disabled community as well. And we provide transportation from sedans all the way up to wheelchair vans, and we also work with different nursing home communities and other hospitals to also provide transportation for their patients and their clients. Uh, so we've been in business for a little bit over a year, and we have experienced some great growth. But the reason that we started MyRyde NEMT is because my business partner actually went through a health situation, and unfortunately, he had to get his leg amputated. When that happened, he spent a lot of time in the hospitals, and he just found that transportation was a big issue for him getting to the hospital. And so when he got his strength together, we kind of got together, and he believed that this was a service that not only had an opportunity, but was a chance for us to also give back to the community. And so we kind of dived in, started as kind of an Uber type of service, servicing anyone. And we've really niched down to identify, hey, you know what? This is the community that we need to serve, which is the elderly community and the disabled community. And we believe that we can provide a great service and a great care with our transportation for them. And that's how we got started.
Hey, thanks for that backstory. Really kind of the crossroads of uh, identifying a need and just kind of hearts of servants to come in and kind of help support the community, oftentimes a very much underserved community in our society. So a great
100% agree.
backstory. So in terms of how you run the business, is there, something that separates you from maybe other providers? What makes you unique at MyRide?
Yeah, so a lot of times when people first contact us, they really talk about or want to compare us to Uber and Lyft, which Uber and Lyft are great. There's definitely a need for their services, but we go a little bit beyond what Uber and Lyft can provide. So what we say is our transportation is not only just the transportation part, but it's also transportation with care, meaning that we really take the time to not only get to know the people that are riding with us, but also make sure that they are where they need to be, make sure that they're not waiting long, and making the whole transportation process very simple because typically we're giving people rides to medically related appointments, and there's enough things that they're already thinking about that we don't want to make transportation hard for them. So that's what really sets us apart is the care that we really take when we're providing transportation, and it's not just the driving part, it's the follow through, it's the follow up, it's getting people there on time, making sure that they're picked up quickly. All those things go beyond just actually driving.
Right. So vital when I'm going to trust somebody to take my dear loved one to a doctor's visit or that hey, they're going to get that extra care and extra attention during that time. So you mentioned your growth so far, right? What have been the keys to that growth? Any particular marketing strategies that have paid out, borne the most fruit for you guys as you've grown the business?
Yeah, 100%. For us, it's kind of been a couple of different things. Number one, I think when you're in the beginning stages and you're trying to get your processes down and you're trying to learn, is this really an opportunity or not? Just getting the word out there is very important that people know that you offer this. So we've gone to a lot of different networking type events, some specific to the healthcare industry, some like the Chamber of Commerce, but really getting the word out there that, hey, this is my business. This is a service that we have to offer. Yes, we are starting new, but we're here to help. And we're here to care for your patients, your clients, your loved ones. And once you actually start telling people about your service and they start using it, then it's up to you to also deliver as well. So it's kind of the two-part thing when you first start out. You have to do the sales, but you also have to deliver on the services and expectations and the promises that you make. And then once you do that, then word of mouth has kind of taken over from there. And that's been the biggest driver of our growth has been word of mouth between the nursing communities or the senior communities that we partner with and that we serve to the individual social workers or the individual families that refer us to their friends and additional family. Because we deliver such a great service, everyone is kind of doing the sales for us, and that's really where you want to be for your first phase of growth, in my opinion. And then we also complement that with what we do. We're very active on social media, and that's something that's really gotten to be new for us over the past 6-ish months, is really focusing and sure that we are consistent on social media, and and that we're continuing constantly getting the word out there about who we are and the services that we provide.
Okay. And I'm curious, everyone kind of tries to figure out, hey, what's the best social media strategy for you? So for your line of business, you've said you've had success there. What's been the social media channel that's worked and messaging you think resonates the most?
Yeah, 100%. So the one thing that you have to decide is you have to really know your business and say, who are we trying to reach? I think the difficult thing about social media is that each channel has a different audience that's kind of the primary audience in that channel. So first, knowing who you're trying to reach, who your target audience is very important, and then deciding on that channel and kind of going it all in on that one channel is very important to reach that audience. So for us personally, uh, we want to reach caregivers, we want to reach potential people that maybe want to ride with us as well, and we found that Facebook has been the best channel for us, and then the second best channel for us has been LinkedIn. So we've really kind of gone in all in on Facebook, um, posting consistently. We post every single day. Um, we are commenting on other people's pages. We're partnering up with people that we see on social media that are helping the community that we serve as well. So doing all those things and really showing people and not being too shy to show people that, hey, I'm here to help. We're in the community. We are providing services. We are open about who we are. We are very transparent. All those things have kind of helped to push our brand up front and gotten the word out to the community about the business that we have.
Okay, great example. I appreciate you sharing the specifics there. People are always trying to learn from others there. So excellent. Before we hit record, you and I talking. You mentioned, hey, you feel like you're more of an operations wizard, process person, and that's been key to scaling up the business so far. Maybe talk through what have been some of the key scaling strategies you've used so far.
Yeah, no, I think it's very important that we start out and let people know that I do not consider myself a process person or a super organized person or anything like that. It's something that I've really had to work hard on over the years, and it's taken some time. But when it comes to processes, I just like to, the simplest way for me to look at our processes and see where we need to improve is just I act like our own customer and I take myself through the customer journey that we have. Okay, so how do I find out about MyRyde specifically here? I can go to their website, I can go online, I can give them a call. What is that journey actually look like? And then you bring yourself through, and you're going to see a lot of friction points within your business when you're actually using your business. You're going to be like, oh, this could be maybe a little bit better. Ooh, maybe we can improve this a little bit. Maybe we can make this a little bit more efficient. And so that's kind of how I look at our systems and I build our systems and our processes is just taking myself through it and say, you know what, I think I would rather like this way rather than this. So I combine my own experience with also the feedback that we're receiving either through Google reviews or talking directly to the potential customer or to the potential client and saying, hey, what did you like about this process? What didn't you like about this process? And that's something that we really focused on in the first 6 to 8 months in our business is after every ride, we would call and we would say, what went well? What could we improve on? And then it also gives us a chance to also ask, hey, would you like to schedule another ride next time? So
So,
you'd be surprised how many times you have that conversation. And then all
sure.
of a sudden they're like, okay, let me go ahead and schedule my next 2 to 3 doctor's appointments.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. No, great sales strategy, great customer service, obviously strategy, but also a great sales strategy as well. So every entrepreneur's journey has some peaks and some valleys, some twists and turns. What's been a past challenge that you and your co-founder have come across, and how'd you overcome it? And what did you learn from that?
Uh, yeah, so I like to see challenges as opportunities to improve either the business or improve myself. And we are blessed to have challenges in our business, especially as you're growing. Each level, you're going to have more and more challenges. So it truly is to me a blessing to have these challenges and have to overcome it. When we first started, it was just understanding just the basics of non-emergency medical transportation. How do people communicate? How important these rides actually are? What how do we even accept payments and things of that sort? So I think we try to sometimes form the perfect business before we even put ourselves out. We actually went the opposite way this time. We just said, you know what, let's start putting it out and we're going to build it as we go. I think the saying is build a plane as you're falling off the cliff or something like that. And we said that, you know what, we know things aren't going to be perfect, but at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out and then we'll improve on it. But ultimately, we are always going to deliver on our service. And that's kind of it's allowed people to give us a little bit of leeway on some of the processes that you know that you should be doing. So that was a lot of the challenges in the beginning. The second challenge that we have currently and kind of moving into the future is I've never had a business where we've had full-time employees. So continuing to grow the staff and just how do you onboard employees, how do you give them a vision of what their journey is going to be like within our business and where they're going to get to and what potential that they have. A lot of the things that people are saying is, you know, it's very hard to find good workers, good people. I don't think I 100% agree with that. um, Maybe they don't come in being the perfect employee, but do we have a process to teach them the different things that they need to know to do their job well? And then also, do we paint a vision or a picture of where they can end up after X amount of time, whether that's the pay or the title and the level of responsibility? And what we found is that the more we've kind of focused on those things and trying to deliver on those things, we found that people really have liked coming into our business and working with us. And ultimately, they just love the service that we're actually offering to the senior community and disabled community, the transportation portion. So right now, the current challenge is just getting the processes down and allowing our employees to kind of grow underneath us and really kind of take over a lot of the responsibilities that we were doing in the beginning. And as a business owner, it's a little heart aching sometimes to give up control of so many things. But we've seen that the more control that we've given up and the more responsibility we've given to others, the quicker our growth has been. But that's still a little bit of a challenge from a business owner standpoint of really letting go of that control.
So kind of building, hey, thank you for sharing that, building upon that team, onboarding and really getting them, to rally, I think around kind of the mission of the business, right? So when you've got an area, obviously a service oriented business, how do you really do that though? How to, in the day to day, keep them focused on the mission that you have at hand, besides the normal, hey, let's grow and make money and all that?
No, 100%. So, first of all, I feel like I'm saying 100% a lot. That's not really what I do. So, but uh, I think the first thing is meetings, consistent meetings with the team members, and making sure, and not just meetings to say what's going wrong, also pointing out the things that are going right as well, and being open to hearing, hey, I'm in this from an employee, hey, I'm in this right now. I think if we did this better, or if we did this way, it would be a little bit smoother, it'd be a little bit better, and being open to changing some of your processes that you might have done when you had to versus is this the best process? Allowing people to have a stake in kind of creating this business that we're creating and really being open and listening as a business owner, I think that's made a huge difference in um, the amount of loyalty or amount of communication that we're receiving from some of the people that are working on with us right now.
Okay, excellent. Making that time, have those consistent conversations, be open to feedback and to respond to that. So that's great. So, a little over a year in so far. what's your dream longer term for the business? You think, I don't know, 5, 10 plus years down the road, where do you see MyRyde getting to?
Well, Todd, if I can be completely honest, I'm really just trying to make it through the next 5 hours. But no, in all seriousness, though, in all seriousness, we are primarily serving one county right now, and we believe if I can just give you specifics, I'm a very specific person. In Butler County, there is 72 senior housing communities just in Butler County alone. I haven't even run the numbers for some of the other counties that are around us. So I think there's a great opportunity to really like hone down in Butler County and say, have we exhausted Butler County before kind of trying to spread our wings outwards? The goal is to kind of have go county to county and have a presence, physical and such presence in each county, so that we can service that county to the best of our abilities. So that's kind of that's what I see as the next path over the next 5 years is going county to county, growing by county, and just continuing to improve our processes so that we can deliver and continue to deliver as we are now. So it's going to be a slow growth. I think when I was a younger entrepreneur, I was in such a rush, to get there financially, to get there here that I would kind of compromise some of the foundational things, and then when crap hit the fan, so they say, the whole house would come tumbling down. And now that I've been through that experience a couple times, I just understand that paying attention to the time horizon that you have for your business. The things that might take like 2 or 3 years and trying to force it to take 1 year is detrimental to your business usually. And it's okay to kind of go and take baby steps for the growth of your business. And we're being very conscious and aware of that. And so when I talk about building our foundation, not only just our processes and our services, I also believe just understanding the metrics behind your business is also very important. So we are just in this phase where we have kind of slowed down on the sales and marketing, but we are really going heavy right now on building the metrics and making sure that we understand the metrics and putting the KPIs, key performance indicators behind the actions that we do so that we can start making decisions from a more of a quantitative numbers perspective versus kind of just making decisions with our gut. And so I think I see that as kind of we're at a maturity point in our business where we have enough data to where we can use the data now to kind of support some of the things that we're doing, some of the decisions that we're making moving into the future.
Hey, thank you for sharing that. Great examples, I think, for our listeners. I hope they took great notes because a very mature, disciplined approach of really building a strong foundation where you are, getting good density where you are, and then look to scale and move into new territories. A lot of folks fall into that trap of, hey, there's a shiny object over here. Now I'm going to go chase it, even though I don't really have the structures and systems in place to do that. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
So
no problem. So
Cedric,
I think that's why it's so important. And just to plug it in real quickly,
yeah.
I just think that's where coach becomes so important because sometimes you, as the business owner or the operator, you're in the forest and you're in the weeds, and it's hard to see the whole forest when you're in the weeds. And sometimes a coach can kind of bring that out of you. And it's also I see a coach as a personal trainer as well, where I know what workouts I need to do when I get to the gym. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, but the personal trainer just brings us a different level of accountability and expertise to just help me to bring what I'm doing already to the next level. And so coaching has been very, very important to my growth as well over the years. And I've had different coaches at different levels. So I just wanted to plug that in because I do believe that coaching can make a huge difference when you're trying to grow, when you're trying to accomplish things, and you feel like you're by yourself and you're trying to come up with all these solutions. A coach can really help you to get things organized and kind of move you in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, being a business leader, you're never alone, but it can feel lonely, right? Sometimes, right? And so, getting that outside perspective,
Yep.
that accountability. So, you've never got to hear me argue with that. I'm curious, building upon that, are there some other, I don't know, other renowned leaders or books or podcasts that you're a regular listener to or you found influential?
Yeah. So podcast wise, I really love Andy Frisella with Real AF and Alex Hormozy with the game. I really love those two podcasts because they are very tactical about the things that you need to do as a business owner, depending on where you're at. And also, a message that they really send out is sometimes the growth of your business is not really about your business at all. It's really about your own personal growth and really changing the perspective of, hey, not just being the best business owner, but also just being a great person is also very important to being a great business owner. So I just love that message from them. When it comes to books, there's a lot of great business books, and it just depends on where you're at in your journey and what you're trying to solve and the challenges that you have. But just a general book that's been great for me is a book called 10X is Greater or is Easier Than 2X. And that's by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. And the reason just to give you the premise of that book, the reason I love that book is if you kind of want a little bit more of the same of what you're doing, which is kind of what he considers 2X growth, just continue to just do a little bit more of whatever it is that you're doing right now. But in order to 10X your growth, either as a person or within your business, you have to just completely change everything that you're doing from how you think about things, from your perspective, the assumptions that you make, some of your processes, who your target audience is. You might have to completely change all that and kind of give up good to get the great, give up your ego and let go of some of the stuff that's holding you back, some of the fears that are holding you back in order to get from good to great. And it's just a very important message for me because like before we started this business, I was kind of feeling a little stuck, and that was a message that I had to go back to and just realize, you know what, maybe the path I was going down wasn't the right path for me, and I just completely changed my path. I didn't know anything about transportation before we started this, and I'm learning so much, and I'm just revigorated by what we're doing, and most importantly, by who we're helping.
So yeah, I love it. Oftentimes the ceiling on the business is the growth of the leader. You just walk through multiple different ways in which you're focused, you're investing and growing yourself as the leader of the business. So appreciate that. Our time flies. So
100%.
as we go through here, so I'm curious as we look to wrap up, what are the best ways for folks to learn more about MyRyde and to stay connected with the business and yourself?
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about MyRyde, we are very active on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can find us at MyRyde NEMT or MyRyde on each of those channels. MyRyde is spelled with a Y. Ride is spelled with a Y. You can see that here. And you can also see it in my name. As far as connecting with me personally, I'm personally very active on LinkedIn. So please look me up. My name is Cedric Pashi. I would love to be friends. I would love to have conversations with you, no matter what industry that you're in. And if you ever need any advice or anything like that, you can always reach me on my DMs as well. So don't be afraid to add me on LinkedIn, Cedric Pashi, and then check us out on social media at MyRyde NEMT. Or if you specifically need a ride or need to refer someone to our service, you can also go to our website, www.myridenemt.com.
All right. And so viewers, all that will be in the notes and the show notes here with the episode. Use them, use them. So Cedric, as we wrap up here today, you've got a great, very inspiring message. I'm curious, what are you inspired by?
There's a couple different things I'm inspired by. The first one, most is I have a son, 17 years old, and it's always been my parenting philosophy that uh, you as a role model, your actions get seen more than your words. So I always just try to live by that by that credence of, you know what, make sure you do the right things because I have my little man watching me, and hopefully he gets inspired to live a certain way and do good in this world as well. So that's always been one of my biggest inspirations. Outside of that, and just something that really surprised me when we started this business is just how much the people that we provide transportation for. How much they just inspire me. When you think about what we do and who we service, they're going to doctor's appointments that might take a long time, that might be the difference between seriously between fatal or continuing to live a good life and things of that sort. So when someone entrusts us with their ride to their doctor's appointment, or maybe one of their loved ones or caregiver entrusts us, we take that very seriously. And we've seen people that have rode with us now for almost a year now. We just seen their improvement because they aren't missing appointments and stuff like that. So between those two things, I'm inspired every day. It gets me up every single day to continue to just grow as a leader because I know the more I grow, the more the business grows, and the more people that we can help. And that's all the inspiration I need.
No, outstanding. I appreciate you sharing that personal comments there and your journey so far as an entrepreneur. Many great insights for our listeners. So they took great notes. So, Cedric Pashi, co-founder, MyRyde NEMT, thank you for being on the Spotlight Series today. Right. And to our
Appreciate it,
viewer,
Todd.
yep, and to our viewers, we're thrilled to have you join us. Again, encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you can receive future messages. And we always appreciate hitting like to help amplify the message to get it out to more and more entrepreneurs who are looking to learn and grow, just like all of you are. So with that, thank you all and hope you have a terrific day.